Heavy burst here from BLG, a lot of good setup with the amount of crowd control coming from the jungle and support, and they need to be able to stomp these lanes. This game doesn't get easier for Weibo, but they have a ton of engage to be able to make plays happen. Way up still had the camp leash, and they're going to go for this dive on the bottom wave. This has to go well for BLG.
Now, there is teleports available for both solo laners of Weibo, but I don't know if they want to utilize it. Flashing away already is Hong, and Light has to cleanse away from the Cocoon. Already the Ignite's ticking on top of him, and the first blood is picked up by On, who uses the repel beautifully and is able to avoid the tower from taking him down. Now Hong is dangerously low and will be taken down. It's 2-0 BLG.
That's exactly what we wanted to see, and I love this from Knight. He goes into the top side, tries to get vision. Now, he needs to be able to survive here. It is going to be his clone being taken down, but getting vision onto Tien is such an important move here for BLG's mid lane so that they can, if they can, try to catch out BLG on the exit from these grubs. More so, prevent them from getting both sides of the objective around the bottom side as well.
I mean, if they can steal one away, that's big just in terms of, negating that feat of strength potentially over. Should be at least a smite fight, and actually with that grub resetting, now Weibo are the ones with a little bit of control, and with Knight chunked down to about 400 HP, it's going to be a little bit risky for BLG to fully commit to this one, so Weibo will be able to pick up that one grub.
Some of those camps, it'll be a first dragon here for BLG, so they got a majority of the grubs, they got the first dragon, they got the first 2 kills of this game, but aside from, I will say they're keeping the state of the map in a good spot. They're making sure to advance the game in meaningful ways around objectives. From Weibo ends up kind of striking rich for them as they not only get that summoner spell. Whoa!
Okay, looks like Elk and On think that they're going to have to do it themselves, and they do! They one-shot Hong on the Nico, not even able to flash away or use a Pop Blossom, but now a collapse could be imminent. Teleport coming in. It's going to be from Xiaohu, who has the Between Worlds available. Curtain Call will be opened up. It is a 3v2, but the health bars are on Weibo's side. On will get bursted down by the third shot, and the fourth will slow up Knight up for now. Dodge away from the Deadly Flourish. He still does have a Distort available in a couple of seconds. He'll use that to get over the Dragon Pit wall and head back to base safely.
On the map, which means Weibo should be able to get these sets of grubs, putting them at 4-2, and oh my god, Xiaohu might actually just get a free kill here. Oh, gets a teleport out from Bin though.
Yeah, and Xiaohu has the flash and a lot of movement speed there, so no danger of going down, just forcing BLG to respond with another summoner spell, as Bin has now neither the teleport nor the flash, and that allows for Weibo to actually pick up all 3 of these grubs on the top side, as well as picking up plates here up top lane. Breathe actually jumping forward here. The repel is forced on from On, and he is still in a lot of trouble. 4 members of Weibo are going to collapse and pick up another kill. The Gnar with the flash into the wall from Breathe is going to stop it down way. 2-man wallop as well. It's a double kill picked up for Light, and they're potentially going to look for more. They still have that numbers advantage and are trying to trap Elk and Knight between the 2 towers. Another Deadly Flourish comes out. Elk is forced to use the 90 caliber net to escape, and Weibo will control yet another wave in that bottom lane matchup after picking up 3 kills. Has all of those kills right now for Weibo, and now they could look for more. Wei getting trapped out again. Here comes that curtain call, and this Pantheon knows his time is short-lived as he will fall, and Weibo will make their way towards the dragon.
Yeah, but where was his support, right? Like, On is in the bottom side of the map. We cannot be clearing that. There was no prio as well from Knight, so good punish coming out from Weibo opens up the dragon, and this is a game 4 that is so important. Obviously, if Weibo win, we send ourselves to a game 5 here. And BLG are 1 game away from qualifying to the next part of this playoffs tomorrow. But, I mean, cool, you find Breathe here maybe?
That's the Caitlyn Elise combo we're talking about. The Cocoon into the trap, but right now that's just not enough damage even to take down Breathe. Okay, yes it is. There it goes. Ace in the hole comes out, and that's a big chunk of money headed towards Elk.
They want to try to grab this turret.
Starfall goes in onto Tien, lands a stun, and it will be flashed away from as the Cocoon does not connect. Teleport comes in from Xiaohu to try to save that tower. It likely will fall, but actually with Hong in the area means that nothing will be able to pick up, and now Xiaohu pops the Between Worlds and locks down Wei, but here comes Knight. Lands the Cocoon onto Hong, who's now chunked down to below 100 HP. Light now arrived to the fight as well. Curtain Call is available, but they don't want to use it without the health bars being too low. And so it's just resources sent down bottom for Weibo to delay the inevitable of this bot lane tier 1 going down.
So many summoner spells as well, and there was really no play. Breathe has not been able to connect for the rest of the team this game. Turrets very early. We're already at 16 minutes, and they barely were able to get 5 plates. Teleport towards top lane.
They're looking for Breathe, try to get something back here as Bin procs Hextech Ultimatum. Knight and On are on the way. Knight flashes forward to land that tether, and the chains will get doubled up. Breathe will get bursted down. Beautiful execution as the crowd control chain will find the top laner of Weibo.
I mean, LeBlanc ultimate is so low of a cooldown. They're going to start up this Rift Herald here. Not without the current call open.
That's just going to chunk down Wei. Here comes the elastic slingshot from Tien, and Wei is already down to below 400 HP. He's very, very low. The burn is taking him down. He's not going to be a factor here in a potential team fight, as that will push BLG away from the Rift Herald, and Weibo actually setting up for that objective really, really nicely here, as they know their backs are up against the wall. Tangle Barbs land here onto Elk between worlds, doing a big decent chunk of damage as well. Xiaohu just doesn't have the distance to close on to Elk, and now Hong might be in a little bit of trouble as On forces the flash away for the Nico. But here comes Bin now. Hook shot forward, combined here with that Cocoon. But Tien is so big on this backline. He says, let's bounce, baby. Hong only finds the knockup onto Knight, but it's not enough to take him down. He will be able to distort out, and no kills go either way.
With Weibo getting out with the Rift Herald, they're also able to squeeze a couple more summoner spells out from this. BLG, I don't think they're as clean as they were in form for the last summer finals between these two teams.
Yeah, the Dragon is getting started.
I felt like that was a Super Bowl performance. It's like, we're not allowed to play it yet,
no,
you know?
No. We don't want to cast a curse it. I'm not going to say what we heard, but it's going to be a tower picked up here for Xiaohu, as now Wei will make his way down towards the Dragon and pick that one up for BLG. That is 2-1 Dragon lead in their favor, but the rest of the map going very much in Weibo's control. They are up in Rose Petals, they're up in Grubs, they're up a little bit in Gold. And
they're also going to take top tier 2 here as well. So they traded a single Dragon for mid tier 1, 2 top lane turrets, and maybe you lose this bottom tier 1. I think this is a huge trade here coming in from Weibo, and one of the strengths of this team was the fact that they are willing to cross-map for the Otacon. They're one of the first teams to do it in their series, in their group stage. So to see it here now, I feel is more of a reflection of the level of gameplay we've gotten them from before.
The kill of the Otacon is going to give BLG those temporary revives, as it was just a trade in towers on the other side of things. As Weibo were able to pick up the top tier 2. Tier 1 still open, and if you end up losing a couple players for it, you'll have that opportunity. But instead, they're going to look for a pick onto Xiaohu, using that tower that they took down earlier. It's a really nice engage from Wei, and that's a big chunk of gold going towards Knight. Already knows he has the revive, already chunking down Light to 30%. Tian just waiting for the opportune time to go in, but doesn't seem like there's going to be one just yet. Finally finds the engage on the way, and they will send him back to the fountain with 200 gold going towards Tian. But it comes at the cost of the mid-tier 1. Lots of map pressure now opened up for BLG.
And now they're starting to equal up some of those turret trades that we saw in the Otacon swap from Weibo. If they make this dive happen as well, it's so good for them.
Yeah, ultimatum onto Breathe, combined with the ace in the hole. Not even a chance here for that Gnar to survive, but it will come at the cost of some of these revives coming through. Xiaohu and Tien will combine for a couple of those. Few hundred gold into the pocket of the Aurora is always a good thing, but it comes at the cost of your top laner being dead for 30 seconds, but it could be more, as Elk is now getting targeted here by that Pop Blossom.
It's a lot easier for them to play for this Dragon that's spawning, and Bin is just allowed to continue split pushing, right? Like, that's another turret falling. He can teleport if he really wants to, but BLG are giving this up in favor of protecting the Camille and maybe even looking to turn towards this Baron.
You can see Weibo, they're really trying to bide their time. They're opting, instead of trying to defend their own towers, to pick up another neutral objective here on the Dragon and wait for those third items to come through potentially.
A little bit more creative. Now Hong has the flash again.
Oh, Elk is just completely caught out. He doesn't have his flash just yet. He is able to escape over the wall barely, but the force shot from Light will shut the Caitlyn down. And Weibo already have picked up one. They'll get a second with Wei dropping next. And Weibo Gaming pick up a huge fight in the mid lane off the back of their Nico support and will turn their eyes towards the Baron Nashor.
Let's open the game in favor of Weibo. They grab the Baron afterwards as well, and had to use some of their summoner spells, but I think that's going to be worthwhile for keeping themselves in this game without the summoner spell or with a champion like Pantheon in the game.
Hong the target here is Knight. That's a big chunk of damage here with that ethereal chain. On trying to follow up Pop Blossom to try and peel. Hong still alive. Deadly Flourish comes out. The Nico will survive. And it's a double kill in for Xiaohu, and BLG are over indexed. Bin has the magic damage shield. Tries to find the kill.
Bin
Finally
Camille
will take down Hong. but I don't think he'll be able to do much after that. Breathe, jumps forward, tries to take him down with the boomerangs. It is going to be a big crit come from Light to make it a 3-for-0 or 3-for-1 trade in for Weibo.
BLG, they're starting to get caught up in the ways. This game has been dirty on. Why are we flashing?
He tried to find the one-shot onto Xiaohu. Gonna cost him his flash and a repel. Cost of the curtain call in from Light. Breathe is still exhausted here. Elk now has the flash and will be able to use it to get away from that elastic slingshot and maybe even force the passive of Tien.
Let's go, Elk.
That is going to be enough for that jungler of Weibo to fall as BLG get a little bit of breathing room off of that Baron push.
The part where Weibo have thrown their Baron.
It looks so good, but now Tien spawning in 30 seconds. It is going to be soul point picked up here for Bilibili Gaming. And they're right back into this one. Careful of Knight's flank, but right now Tien is the one leading the charge on this Zac.
Elk is nowhere near. He's back in base. What is he buying? Is he buying another item here? Yeah, he finishes LDR. Wow. Huge purchase for him. And there's no Mega Gnar for Breathe. So if there's ever a time now, BLG does have a window where there'll be no Mega Gnar available for Weibo. They're just going to protect their base, protect their inhib. They should be looking to cancel recalls, buy Knight some time. He has a ton of AP. He's probably going to be able to one-tap this turret anyway.
We'll be able to pick that one up very easily. And we'll say Wei still has that ultimate and that flash. They want to go for a play. Hong going to force the initiative. Land the two-man pulse blossom onto Elk, and the Caitlyn is dead. The main carry for BLG is down to the wayside. It's a 2-for-1 overall. Xiaohu is now forced to push forward as Knight is on the retreat, forces that back to be channeled, and the Nexus turrets are under fire. BLG have a 3v4 to try and save this game, or else Weibo will force the game 5. In comes the Starfall for Wei to try to at least clear out the wave, and he will do so successfully and force Weibo to go onto him instead.
This is the ultimate that may save BLG in this game. That could have been the end here. Time to be able to catch up with him. Oh my god, no.
Don't jump over.
He doesn't see him. Great job, Wei.
Wow.
Sneaky guy. I love you can even see the player cans. Elk and Otter are like, yeah, they're laughing to each other. They know. Has had a very valiant series. Even that Viego performance not able to do it. That flash onto Xiaohu. Maybe it's something here. Breathe almost has Mega Gnar.
Here comes Hong. He's using the ultimate just to try to peel away from Wei, and it's enough for the jungler of BLG to fall. It's only a 1-for-1 as Hong will go down. A Knight and Elk are still alive. They're still doing a lot of damage. And look at Bin with the Hextech ultimatum, doing a big chunk on the Light, proccing that GA. But Knight is still alive. Xiaohu still on the escape, but Weibo might have bitten off more than they could chew. Here's Bin on his Camille. He'll shut down Light. It is an ace picked up for BLG.
They want to get their revenge here in the playoffs. And when they last game between them and elimination, it seems like Weibo, they may have spent all the gas in the tank.
And that's going to be a Baron picked up.
Shot. Breathe with the flash. He flashes out instead of applying pressure onto the back line. So
BLG want to make that change here. They get one more wave to try and force the initiative and crack things open. Xiaohu takes a big chunk. And now he's actually going to be just the bait as Knight will go down in response. A big setup from Hong will allow for Knight to be taken down and a 4v5 to be opened up for Weibo. Tien dashes in onto Bin. The elastic slingshot combined with the Q is only going to buy some time as this Camille is super strong. Will be unable to be taken down by just a Zac alone. And
honestly hit with a LeBlanc charm right in the face. Okay, Bin.
Now he's going in on Tien. Has the passive available. Will buy enough time here for the rest of his team to show up. The passive has been proc, teleports coming in, but now Wei has been locked down by the Pop Blossom, but it will not be enough as the backline is just getting obliterated by this Camille. He's picked up 2. The Gia has been popped, but he's bought way more than enough time for Elk to finish off the fight. Xiaohu, the last remaining survivor here for Weibo, will not be for long, and BLG might have just done it.
Oh, it took one fight, a single engage, as the entirety of Weibo fall. It was a pick onto Tien, and it just doesn't matter. All of the waves are starting to converge, whether it's mid lane, whether it's bottom lane. Weibo have a date with Thunder Talk tomorrow.
It can be in the regular season, it can be in the playoffs, it can be in international, or it can be domestic, it can be in the upper or the lower bracket. BLG beats Weibo all the same. They take this series 3-1 and will get their matchup against Thunder Talk tomorrow.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.